What up, and welcome to Proper Form, Prosperous Form, Chapter 2. What we're diving into in this chapter is why you should not work at a commercial gym and why you should start your career off more in a privately owned gym. First, we're going to dive into it. What are the downfalls of working in a conglomerate or a commercial gym? First, really shit pay. You do not make money working at these gyms. Even when you're at the management level, you are not making the right type of money that you probably should be making compared to the work that you have to put in. Always remember that. You can make money, but more often than not in a regular job, if you're getting $1, your job wants you to produce $2 for them. So every dollar that you're making, you have to give your job 2, 3, 4 at least. When you work for yourself, when you go get $1, you get $1. When you go get $5, you get $5. When you go get 100, you pull in 100. You work for yourself in the sense of making the lion's share of the money. You're not getting one to give two to anybody else. But when you work at a commercial gym, that is exactly what you're doing. They are going to take away as much time as they possibly can, milk you for as much as you possibly can, and give you a little bit of money on the side to keep you happy or at least keep you alive. But you get very shit pay. Bad hourly. Besides, especially as a trainer, you get paid for that individual session. But when you're not training somebody, they'll hire you as an hourly worker, paying you probably whatever state you're in, minimum wage. And it's shit. You're standing around, you're trying to poach clients or members that are there to make them potential clients. And it just sucks. And you feel like a 9-to-5 worker. And as a trainer, that's the idea. That is not the idea. You don't want to be a 9-to-5 worker. You want to be an independent contractor, buying your time back and making the most money you possibly can. The gym takes a huge cut. That's why you'll never feel like an independent contractor. You'll never feel like a trainer. You'll always feel like a 9-to-5er because the gym takes such a huge cut. If your session is $120 an hour, the gym is taking $90 and they might give you 30. And if you're getting 30, you're getting taxed on that 30, meaning you're making somewhere in that $24 range and you're not working 8 hours a day. So that is a shit amount of money that you're making for this maximum effort of training a client, walking around, moving, picking up weight, putting down weight, trying to help somebody stay healthy while getting paid real shit money. The ceiling is low. So like I was saying, you might max out somewhere below 6 figures, but the time and effort you have to put in to get there would be the equivalent of somebody making $300,000. So you're not getting paid with the time and effort in which you should be getting paid. You're getting pimped the whole time. Anybody that works a commercial gym, you are getting pimped all day, every day. And if you had a little bit of confidence in yourself and you knew how to pimp the system, you can make the lion's share. You can actually feel like an independent contractor. You can feel like a trainer, the trainer that you want to be. But if you don't and you just rely on a gym to take care of you, they're going to pimp you all the way to the bank. You're held back from your potential. That's also what pimping does. Besides taking your money, it's holding you back. It's making you feel lesser than. You should be making the lion's share at all times because you as the trainer are the most important part of the show. The client builds a relationship with you. The relationship that you guys build brings that client back over and over and over. So if you're a great trainer, that client will just keep coming back and back and back. And the gym makes all the money based on your effort and your likability. People liking you, this innate natural thing that you have. The gym makes more money off of that than you make. If that doesn't piss you off or at least wake you up to realize you are the star of the show and the gym it does introductions, half the time they don't even do introductions. They're paying you that hourly so you can get your ass on the floor and get your own clients. So they will introduce you obviously to clients, but sometimes it's you getting the client. So not only are you getting and finding the client, building a relationship, getting the money generated revenues coming in, what the fuck did the gym do? Give you some weights, give you some dumbbells? You can go get that shit at Ross. You can go get that shit at Marshall's. And that investment will pay for itself within a week. So that's one thing. And there's a lot of incentives that these gyms try to get you to reel you in, to pull you in, to make you feel like they're doing something for you. But the incentives are all bullshit as well. What they'll do is they'll say, hey, you don't have a certification? Okay, we'll pay for half, or we'll pay for your certification. That sounds great because some of these certifications are $500, $1,000. But you don't realize that these big corporation gyms actually are connected with these certification companies. So as they refer you, hey, pay half to NASM, pay half to whatever certification company that you're using, they might be in the bed with this company, and your half goes to the gym and to the certification company. And they'll take that gladly because there's thousands upon thousands of trainers that are doing this. So the company makes it seem like they're helping you, but it costs the company nothing. So Crunch, Bally's, 24-Hour Fitness, Planet Fitness, it costs them nothing to slash it in half because they're already in cahoots with these companies. So that's the first one, certifications. The second one is the potential increase in your percentage per client the longer you work there. So they'll make incentives. Oh, you're a level 1 trainer. When you get to level 2, you get more of the session. When you get to level 3, 4, 5, and you have to put so many hours in, you have to work so hard just to get to these tiers. And the top tier might pay only 40%. So you might only be making 20% in the beginning, and you might get to a tier eventually where you're making 40%, meaning that the company is making 60% of the income and you're making 40. That should piss you off right there as well, because they're not really doing enough for that type of 60% take. The best kind of gym that you should work at is a privately owned gym, meaning that somebody started up a business, created their own gym. They're not controlled by a board. They're not controlled by any founders or anything like that. It's just one owner or a couple owners. And it's just one place, one location. The reason why it's better to work at a gym like this is you can negotiate your percentage. And more often than not, these gyms, it flips to where you can negotiate where you give them 20 and you take 80. Or you do a flat rate where I'll pay you $1,000 a month and I can bring in as many clients as I want. So where if you're pulling in $10,000 worth of clients, you're only paying them $1,000 while you make $9,000. So there's a lot more room to negotiate, which is a beautiful thing to begin with. You choose your own schedule. When you work at these commercial gyms, they're telling you when to get there. They're telling you when you can train these clients. The door opens and closes based on when the gym opens and closes. And they're constantly monitoring you, and you don't feel like a private contract. You don't feel like you're running your own business. At a private gym, more often than not, they might give you a key. So you could open and close that door whenever you want, as long as you're obviously being truthful and letting them know that you're training, so you give them their share. More often than not, these gyms are open early and late, so you can get in whenever you want. And you could dictate your schedule. Nobody's telling you when you have to show up. Nobody's telling you when you have to leave. Obviously, your schedule is based on how much money you want to make, depending on how much you're training or charging per client. But it's just a better feel. You feel like you actually work for yourself and you run your own schedule. And then there's a better detailed guidance. A lot of these gym owners have been in the game for a long time. A lot of the people that already work there have been in the game for a long time. And it's a family-oriented scenario, scene where they want to see you grow, because the more that you grow, the more the business grows. And if you're a happy trainer and your clients are happy, that's going to reverberate out into the world. They're going to talk great about their gym. You're going to talk great about the gym. And the gym just gets more and more of a reputation. That reputation means so much more to a private gym than 24-Hour Fitness or Planet Fitness or Crunch. Because at the end of the day, they don't give a shit about what anybody thinks, because there's this big conglomerate. They just want that monthly $24 an hour or $30 a membership. So I think that building that rapport and that relationship and finding people that can help you be a better trainer, that is a huge key to your growth and your success as well. Being around older, seasoned trainers that have been there, that have done that, and are willing to help you jump over all the hurdles so you could become more successful and make more money in a very short period of time. And here's a big one of how not to get taken advantage of. At a private gym or at a public gym, you can still get taken advantage of either way if you don't do these things. The first one is be vocal. When you feel like you're being taken advantage of, or you feel like somebody is mistaking your kindness for weakness, the best thing you can do is be vocal. Speak up for yourself, because when you do that, it sets a tone and people will not take advantage of you in any space. And stand up for yourself. Like I said, being vocal and standing up for yourself are very similar. But if somebody is trying to pick on you physically, financially, emotionally, make sure you stand up and make sure that you set a line to where people won't do that. Because when you do stand up for yourself, it makes work a lot easier. If you're afraid to come into work, it's going to mess up your money. It's going to mess up your career. So always feel free to stand up for yourself. And then know your worth. This is the biggest one. A lot of people do not know their worth, especially trainers. They will dumb down their worth. They will dumb down their expertise. They will dumb down how they feel just to make other people feel better. Your clients, your boss, your coworkers. Know your worth and know that you're good. And people, if you have a clientele base, they believe in you too, and they want to come back because they love your expertise. The more you can believe in yourself, the more people will believe in you, and the more your voice, like I said, will reverberate out into the masses. Quick ways to make money. So at the end of each chapter, I want to give you this. The fastest way that you can make money is do not ever get sucked into a public gym. Today, look around at your local private gyms. Go into each of these gyms. Meet the owners. Tell them about the clientele that you have. Or if you're brand new, tell them about the hours that you're willing to work. Tell them you could always bullshit. You could always say, well, I have clients, or I've had clients and I charge 80 a session, or I charge this much a session. And the gym I worked at charged me 20%, 25%. So at least there's a ceiling, or there's a wall that they think is already there that they can't maneuver you on. Do not tell them that you're brand new. Do not tell them that you don't have a clientele base. Do not tell them that you don't know anything, because they will take advantage of you just like everybody else will take advantage of you, because at the end of the day, a gym wants to make the most money they can possibly make. So go find these gyms. Be a good talker. Be a good hustler. Negotiate good contracts. And then from there, build your clientele base. Go onto social media. Reach out to friends. Reach out to family members. And start building your presence. Social media is the easiest way once you find that gym. And I think from there, it should become a little easier. Obviously, in the beginning, there's struggles and you're building something, so it's not easy. A house doesn't get built in a day. It takes a little while. So if you could hold the anxiety and hold the mass pressure that you put on yourself and allow yourself to build something, you'll get 2 clients. Then from there, you'll get 4 clients. Then from there, you'll get 6, 7 clients. And then once you get to 10, you're in a great space, especially, like I say, if you're at that private gym. But my best advice would be stay away from those public big gyms, because they will shark you and they will take advantage of you forever, and you will never make the money that you deserve to make. Get closer into a private gym. Make sure you negotiate your contracts right. Make sure you're making the lion's share. Do not even have it be 60-40. It should be 70-30 at the lowest, because if it's not that, you're not going to make enough money to survive. So you always got to make sure of that, and always explain that to these people, because they've been there before and they understand it. So with that being said, that's my advice. Find your local private gyms. Go talk to these people, negotiate your contracts. And that's chapter 2. Thank you very much for listening. If you have questions, obviously you can get a hold of me. I look forward to seeing you in chapter 3. Peace.